And Harris would be checked out and okay stay in the game. A little more on him later. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Miguel Cabrera with the bases loaded. Hits to third, routine play, but Batista can't make the play. Safe all around. Juan Pierre scores. Marlins only down 2-1. Bases were loaded for Jeff Conine with 1 out. The long fly ball. Termel Sledge going back. The leaping catch. Luis Castillo scores. Tie the game at 2. Then Alex Gonzalez up with 2 outs. The blooper to center. No one's going to get to this one. Paul LaDuca, Miguel Cabrera score, and the Marlins go ahead 4-2. The next batter is Lenny Harris. How's the hand feeling, Lenny? Well, we're going to find out here as Harris comes up. Singles into left center, Encarnacion and Gonzalez score. The Marlins end up winning this one 6-3 with 6 runs in the 8th. UEFA Champions League getting underway. Swedish striker Henrik Larsson returned to Glasgow on Monday, but this time to wear a Barcelona jersey. The UEFA Champions League starts Tuesday with Celtic versus Barcelona among the opening matches. Larsson played 7 seasons with Celtic, scoring 240 goals. Celtic eliminated Barcelona last season in the UEFA Cup. In NFL news, Detroit Lions wide receiver Charles Rogers will be out for the season after breaking his collarbone in Sunday's 20-16 win over the Bears. Rogers also suffered the same injury last season. Got hurt going for a first quarter pass. Rogers, the 2nd overall pick in the 03 draft, played only 5 games last season. He'll have surgery later this week or early next week. Tampa Bay's Joey Galloway will miss 4 to 6 weeks after aggravating a groin injury. Coach John Gruden said the 10th-year pro has a tear in his left groin. It's more serious than the Bucs originally anticipated. Galloway missed most of the preseason with a sore groin, aggravated the injury in Sunday's 16-10 loss to the Washington Redskins. Golf's historic Ryder Cup trophy bid farewell to Europe on Monday as the European team captain Bernard Langer and his team flew out to the United States ahead of the 2004 competition. 5 of Langer's 12 are Ryder Cup rookies, but the 47-year-old German sees no problem with that lineup. Langer remains confident going into their battle against the Americans at Oakland Hills, Michigan. First round action starts this Friday. You can see that here on ESPN. Stay tuned for SportsCenter after the game for our Latin American viewers, and please check your local listings for all other areas in the world. Monday Night Football matchup tonight, Green Bay and Carolina. The Packers have the 3-point lead at halftime. We'll have first half highlights when we come back.
Up in the foul ground. Hillenbrand, did he make the play? Yes, he did. What a sensational catch made by Hillenbrand.
I grew up watching baseball.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Goodness.
What a play by Clayton. 2 pretty good shortstops out there tonight, huh?
You can see he's going to hang up, but Delgado is there, and he reaches in, and he got it. He caught it.
To right field, sinking fast. Roberts dives and makes the catch. Double play coming up as he fires to second for the out.
Sometimes 72 inches is a foot, 24 inches a mile. Welcome to the dance floor. Here, a straight line is a curve. You think you got the touch? Put it down the windshield of a car and make a stop on the hood. You want a gimme? When you can do it with your eyes closed, that's a gimme.
David Duval. See him and all the stars of the PGA Tour on ESPN. The wait is over. The UEFA Champions League returns to ESPN with full-day coverage of Group Stage 1, Match Day 1. Live tonight, Scottish holders Celtic host La Liga's Barcelona. Then on to Italy, where Inter battles German club Bremen. Later, PSG faces the #1 club in the world, Chelsea. Then live tomorrow, Leverkusen is home to face the legends Real Madrid. Dutch power Ajax is in Amsterdam to play Juventus. And we finish up when Lyon takes on the old firm Manchester United. The UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
Welcome back to the NFL Halftime Report. Mark Brown with you for now from our ESPN studios as the Packers have the 10-7 lead over the Panthers in this Week 1 Monday Night Football matchup. Let's go back to the first quarter for some highlights. The Packers have it first as Amon Green makes a nice cutback, gets some good yardage here, but the ball comes loose. Javon Walker jumps on it. Nobody from Carolina touches him down, so he gets up and runs for a few more yards. They would review this one to see whether or not Walker was down by contact, and another look at it. Ball squirts free. Walker jumps on it. The only guys to touch him are his own teammates, so that ball is still live. No whistle on the play, and he gets up and gets about 10 more yards. First down for Green Bay in the first quarter. Later on, 4th and inches. A 41-yard field goal attempt. Brian Longwell opens the scoring to make it a 3-0 Green Bay lead. Moving on to the second quarter with Carolina the ball in the 2nd and 10. Delhomme with time finds Ricky Prohl. Extra effort gets to the sticks, and then some more. 22 yards on the gain and the first down for the veteran out of Wake Forest. On 1st and goal, nice play action for Delhomme. Finds Brad Hoover for the 1-yard scoring pass, and Carolina took the lead 7-3. Here comes Favre on the rollout in the second quarter. To the sideline, and Javon Walker for 24 yards, giving Green Bay a first down, great field position. Later on in the drive will be a 1st and goal from the 6. Hand it to Amon Green. 15 rushing touchdowns last year. His first this year from 6 yards out. After the extra point, it was 10-7 Green Bay, and that is where we stand right now after 2 quarters of play. A look at the halftime stats as far as the teams are concerned. Not a whole lot of offense generated here. 126 total yards for Green Bay, 158 for Carolina. And no turnovers for either team. And we look at the numbers for time of possession. It's really been a ball control game as Green Bay has tried to control it on the ground. Brett Favre is just 6 of 10 for 68 yards passing. Delhomme 10 of 19 for 135 yards passing. And a big time of possession advantage for the Packers. One other thing that you don't see here is penalties. There have been 8 Carolina penalties in the first half for a total of 54 yards, which have certainly hurt their chances in the first 2 quarters of play. So the Panthers looking to clean their act up a little bit in the second half. Working our way to the start of the third quarter with the Pack on top by 3 and the Monday Night Football opener.
We take you to Pebble Beach, California, where Champions Tour star Craig Stadler continued a strong year. Stadler captured his 4th title of the season, shooting a final round 66, finishing 15 under par at the inaugural First Tee Open at Pebble Beach. He now has 7 victories overall in 2 years. ESPN celebrates Craig Stadler, our Athlete of the Week.
Moment 35, the last play of Super Bowl 34. With his team clinging to a 7-point lead, the Rams' Mike Jones made the tackle of a lifetime.
He's got Kevin Dyson, reaches to the goal line. No, he falls at the 1. Time runs out. That's it. The St. Louis Rams are the world champions. Tennessee comes up 1 yard short.
ESPN joins the fans of the most beautiful game in the world. In Europe, skill, tactic, and precision. In the United States, force, courage, and speed. In Brazil, magic, passion, and talent. In the Netherlands, touch, power, and excitement. And if that's not enough, the World Cup qualifying matches crowns the trip around the 5 continents. Football around the world on ESPN, the world's greatest fan.
Getting ready for the start of the second half of this Week 1 edition of Monday Night Football on ESPN. The Green Bay Packers battling the Carolina Panthers. A 3-point advantage for the Packers, who are looking for one last run at glory as Brett Favre in his 14th season. You got to wonder how many more he's going to play. Is this the year that the Packers can get themselves back to the Super Bowl? No one expected Carolina to make it to last year's Super Bowl, Super Bowl 38. But they were a spectacular performer throughout the regular season, and in the postseason, Jake Delhomme Their quarterback, 10 of 19, 135 yards. At the moment, is outplaying Brett Favre, but Brett Favre has a 3-point lead for his Packers. The only touchdown pass in the game thrown by Delhomme, that was the 1-yarder to Brad Hoover with 7:43 to play in the second quarter. That is the only score of the game for Carolina, having trouble putting points on the board. But their forte last year was stay in games, keep it close, and win it late. And they're in position to do just that. Let's get out to the start of the third quarter in Carolina.
Winding down, Al Michaels, John Madden, and Michelle Tafoya, Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. 10-7 Green Bay. With Green Bay to kick off, Ryan Longwell will put it in the air as we start the third quarter. But first, they'll put it back on the tee.
You know, didn't something like that happen to Joe Nedney, and he's out for the season? I think that he went up to kick a ball, and the wind blew the ball off the tee, and he kicked and pulled a hamstring or something. He's out for the year. In practice, too, and this comes on the heels of being out last season because he got hurt on opening day. So you rehab, and then all of a sudden, of all crazy things, Tennessee loses one of the best kickers in the league. 13-yard line for Deshaun Foster. Taken down at the 26. We go to Michelle.
Well, John Fox told me at halftime, Al, that they were going to work on protecting, max protect in particular, because Green Bay is blitzing so much, and Jake Delhomme's going to have to get rid of the ball a lot more quickly. And as far as running the ball, he said we're only going to be able to run the ball when they're putting 8 men in the box if we make them pay with the pass, and we haven't been doing that yet. As for Mike Sherman, he's pretty pleased with the run-to-pass ratio. He wanted to control the ball early in this game. They're going to have to do it, Al, without Najee Davenport for the rest of this game. That right hamstring he pulled in the first half has taken him out for the night, Al.
So Najee, who does see a lot of action, and he's on the run back unit, is gone, and that's a pass to Muhsin Mohammed, and he takes it up to the 34-yard line. Tackled there by Darren Sharper. Check out some figures through the first 30 minutes, and as you can see, Sherman happy with the run pass combination, even though the numbers are low. 124 passing yards for Carolina.
And of course, the Packers didn't start getting those passing yards until that second quarter when they went down and got that drive. And I think we're going to see a little more of that. As Michelle said, a little more maximum pass protection.
Hoover drops the football, and it's covered by Aaron Campman. And so Green Bay begins the second half on the second play with a fumble recovery at the 31-yard line of the Panthers. Campman covering it.
And the Green Bay defense made that happen by being aggressive. They talk about being aggressive, and it's a blitz. And you have blitzes for passing, and you have run blitz. And you're going to see the run blitz here. They get in a 3-man line, and then they just plug it up, and they have a blitz and a stunt, and they run right into it. Now watch Hoover. He gets the ball, and he's the short guy because he's the fullback, so he's up closer to the line of scrimmage, and that stunt and that blitz just hit him right as he got the ball.
And Niall Diggs is the guy who dug it out. You can see him extracting the ball, Campman with the recovery, and now Favre will try to make him pay. Going deep, caught, and forced out of bounds is Donald Driver, but he was out of bounds. Driver out of bounds as he's able to come down with it, but incomplete. Colin Branch with the coverage.
Yeah, we talk about a fastball. Brett Favre throws a fastball here. He rolls out to the right, and that ball is boom like that, in and out of the air. Better get the clock on that one.
Ooh. Second down and 10. At the 31-yard line. And that is knocked away, and the Panthers are noted for that. Mike Rucker batting it at the line of scrimmage. 26 batted passes by the Panther defensive line last season. That's a lot.
Yeah, and that was poor by Chad Clifton. I mean, even though it's a screen pass, the tackle has to stay with that defensive end. And what the tackle on the side of the screen usually does is try and cut that defensive end to get his hands down. Chad Clifton did a poor job on that one.
3rd and 10 from the 31-yard line. Favre throws, caught, first down, big conversion. Donald Driver to the 16-yard line.
And you get the feeling that Brett Favre is a different guy after the Panthers scored. It was like they were kind of sparring, like we said, you know, feeling each other out. Then he takes him down. He gets that touchdown, comes back here in the second half, and he's putting mustard on these.
Harold Letterman with him ahead on points right now. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Green. Tough guy to bring down. 4-yard gain to about the 12.5.
You know, Mark Fields has been talking the whole game about how slippery Amon Green is. You know that, and what he does when he goes through that hole, he doesn't give you a lot to hit. You know, he's turning, he's getting down below. He doesn't stand up and let you have his numbers and hit him right there. He's always, you know, like last week. I mean, he's always kind of slithering as he goes through a hole.
Light shower now in Charlotte. Not anticipating a lot of rain. They said possible intermittent light showers, and we have one right now. If you need proof, 2nd and 7.
There's Kevin Barry in there.
Green going to fake the reverse, keep it himself. Taken down after a gain of 1.5 yards by Dan Morgan. John talking about that mic'd up by Fields. Here it is.
You see that every time? I was like, I'm chopping him up, but I ain't getting that good clean. You know what I'm saying?
Keep hitting him. He was going to go forward.
We gonna get him.
Don't let him get going, though. Keep hitting him. He will forward.
It's like a couple times I had him dead in the hole, short dog.
Yeah.
He's slippery.
He's getting low and he's hard.
Not really hard. It's just he's slippery. It's like, slipping off.
Yeah.
To put that shoulder on him.
That's what you want to be as you go through the hole if you're a running back.
3rd and a long 3. Favre, pump fake, goes the other way, and it's caught by the very sure-handed Ferguson. And there's a flag down. And it's going to go, you can tell by the reaction of the crowd and the reaction of Sherman and now the reaction of Favre, who the call's against.
Offense, 10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Robert Ferguson is the outside receiver, and he's on Chris Gamble, number 20, the rookie in it. And at some point when you get down here, you say, let's work on the rookie. Here's Ferguson, there's Gamble, and you see him, he's going to start in like a slant, and then he's going to go back to the corner. As he goes in on the slant, he just pushes off on Gamble. He just runs right into him. And you know, once a defensive back gets position, you just can't knock him out of the way. He has that position. That was on Robert Ferguson, and that was a good call.
And that makes it 3rd down and 13 now. Officials stepping in. Timeout called by Green Bay. Timeout Packers. Early 3rd period. Green Bay trying to capitalize on the fumble recovery, leading by 3.
Take you to Pebble Beach, California, where Champions Tour star Craig Stadler continued a strong year. Stadler captured his 4th title of the season, shooting a final round 66, finishing 15 under par at the inaugural First Tee Open at Pebble Beach. He now has 7 victories overall in 2 years. ESPN celebrates Craig Stadler, our Athlete of the Week.
The second half of the season, and now is the time for the contenders to show their stuff. Don't miss all the exciting action of the Major League Baseball pennant races every week on ESPN. This week on ESPN, the UEFA Champions League continues Wednesday, including the live match between Leverkusen and Real Madrid. Thursday is Action Sports Day on ESPN with a special preview of X Games 10. Then later, the best in beach soccer take to the sands of Italy at the European Pro Series. And Friday, high rollers go for broke at the World Series of Poker. Sports all day, every day on ESPN this week. ESPN presents an encore of the finest UEFA games from last year with the best of the UEFA Champions League. Today, could they knock out mighty Manchester United? The giant killers Porto are on their way to glory. The best of the UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Green Bay on top 10-7 here in the third quarter. It's only the third time that Monday Night Football has come to Charlotte. We were here once in '97 for a San Francisco game, 2000 for a Green Bay game, in fact. And now tonight, Tony Fisher is in the game on 3rd and 13 from the 20-yard line. Favre guns it, caught, first down, Donald Driver. So again, a big 3rd and long conversion as Driver spins the ball through the end zone. 1st and goal upcoming.
Yeah, we talk about Brett Favre and how he likes to fake and run and throw from the outside. But when he can do this, when he can get in the pocket and step up and step up and step up like this, watch here, step up, step up, step up, he is going to find someone and he is going to put it on right now.
So they called the timeout. They came out in a bunch formation, and Driver is able to spring free 16 yards. Amon Green back in at tailback. Green with the ball. Green with 6 points. Touchdown Green Bay. That's right in behind Flanagan and Wall, Joe.
I was just going to say, that's the type of combination that you expect from the Packer offense. You know, Brett Favre throwing, Amon Green running. Great mixture. If you're going to get in, you get right in here. You start off on the double team, and then that double team allows that cutback for Amon Green. So he's going to get it right back here because they stayed with their man on the backside. Not only stayed with him, but got him pushed into the end zone.
Longwell coming in to try to make it a 10-point game. So Fox watched Hoover fumble, and then the Packers go 31 yards after the turnover in 3:12. 10:59 remaining, third period, and the Packers are out in front now 17-7 against the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte.
Up in the foul ground. Hillenbrand, did he make the play? Yes, he did. What a sensational catch made by Hillenbrand.
I mean, I grew up watching baseball. This kid. Wow. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. Goodness.
What a play by Clayton. Two pretty good shortstops out there tonight, huh?
You can see he's going to hang up, but Delgado is there, and he reaches in, and he got it. He caught it.
To right field, sinking fast. Roberts dives and makes the catch. Double play coming up as he fires to second for the out.
Intimidated? Leave it in the trunk of your car with your tennis shoes. Worried? Come on. They make an oversized driver with a huge sweet spot, especially for this occasion. Afraid of the water? Ball's not. After all, you've done this 101 times in your head. Just make this number 102.
Rich Beam, one of the many stars you'll see in the PGA on ESPN.
Brett Favre going over the photos. Some nice prints right there because it led to a touchdown. 7 plays for 31 yards and a 10-point lead.
It was interesting talking to Brett Favre last night, and he's saying how much he enjoys football. A couple of years ago, they were talking about he was going to retire or it's the end, and he said, I'm going to play forever. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't play football.
He loves it. It's what he is, and Rod Smart will run it back. up to the 33-yard line. Telling you about a beauty next week as we go to Philadelphia. Week 2 concludes with the Minnesota Vikings. Culpepper, Moss and company against the Philadelphia Eagles, who beat the Giants yesterday. Owens with 3 touchdown receptions. Minnesota at Philadelphia next Monday.
You want great quarterbacking and great receivers. You're going to get it in that game, aren't you?
McNabb with 4 touchdown passes yesterday. Culpepper with 5. Deshaun Foster starts at running back here. And Delhomme will throw it underneath. Throws it to Foster, and that's a good open field tackle made by Hannibal Navies.
They threw it right at the umpire. There's a defender very close to that, and it was the umpire. He's the official that lines up behind the defensive line. But you know, somewhere the Panthers are going to have to beat this blitz, because if you're not, you have to make them pay for it. And if they keep blitzing like this, and if you don't make them pay for it, they're not going to get out of it. So somewhere they have to get a big play against the blitz.
2nd and 9, and here they come again. And Delhomme has to roll to buy time and then throw off balance and throw it into the bench. So again, the blitz that time, good coverage in the secondary, and Delhomme forced to a 3rd and 9.
And Steve Smith was back here on this backside, this left side, and saying he was wide open, and he probably was. That probably would be a good place to go, except Delhomme was sprinting or rolling to the right, and he would have had to throw it all the way across the field. But I think that is something they have to do. When you blitz and you go man to man, you have to get the ball to your speed receiver.
Panthers a little bit more passing than you would suspect. Green Bay has blitzed about 2/3 of the time tonight. Not here. Rush 3, 8 cover, and the pass is to a wide open Ricky Prohl. So with 8 guys back, they still are able to find a man that wide open. Are the Panthers? Mark Roman makes the tackle, 34 yards.
You go into coverage all night. You've been blitzing and playing man coverage. As you say, they drop 8. They go into a zone. Ricky Prohl gets behind him right here. He's in the slot. He just runs right by Darren Sharper. Darren Sharper's a safety. You always have to stay as deep as the defense. But watch this. Jordan Gross, number 69, is a heck of a pass protector, because if they're going to throw the ball down the field, he has to get Bajamia Billa blocked.
From the 32-yard line to the near side, Smith thrust out of bounds by Al Harris.
Muhsin Muhammad will catch a lot of deep balls too, and then of course Steve Smith is a speed guy. Then they come up with a big play, and who is it? It's Ricky Prohl.
The ageless Ricky Prohl.
He's one of those guys that just knows how to play football. You got a 3rd down, he just knows where to go, how to get open.
2nd and 6. Davis tonight really hasn't done much of note. 8 carries, 23 yards. Foster 2 carries, 11 yards, only 34 yards on the ground for the Carolina Panthers.
Well, you know, we talk about the number of times that the Packers are blitzing. They're also run blitzing, and on that play there, they just ran into a blitz, and the Packers on the line of scrimmage or at the point of attack have more players than the Panthers have blockers.
3rd down and 6. Out of the gun. Rush 4, 7 are back. Smith juggles it, loses it, intercepted by Nick Barnett. And back to the 34. And the Panthers have turned the ball over twice in the 3rd quarter.
And in that first half, they also dropped a couple. But that's the type of thing you want. You know, they know that they're going to get a blitz again, and the type of things they can do is they can run that slant.
8 minutes left in the period. 17-7 Packers.
for great sports every day is ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Your home for the thrills and spills of motorsports all season long is ESPN.
The wait is over. The UEFA Champions League returns to ESPN with full-day coverage of Group Stage 1, Match Day 1. Live tonight, Scottish holders Celtic host La Liga's Barcelona. Then on to Italy, where Inter battles German club Bremen. Later, PSG faces the #1 club in the world, Chelsea. Then live tomorrow, Leverkusen is home to face the legends Real Madrid. Dutch power Ajax is in Amsterdam to play Juventus. And we finish up when Lyon takes on the old firm Manchester United. The UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
ESPN Sunday night. A.J. Feely is going to start for Miami. Dave Wanstead making that switch. Fiedler on the bench. Carson Palmer and the Cincinnati Bengals on ESPN Sunday night football. Now Green Bay following the pick gives it to Green, and Green with a lot of room right up the middle to the 42-yard line. Again, Mark Fields mic'd up.
We got to wrap him up. That's it. They not doing nothing. I'm telling you, Eminem. I know about 3 tackles. I had him. He stumbled. Hey, let's go. Let's get off the field. Let's get off this field.
Well, Mark Fields, and it's the feel-good story, of course, back in action. But right now on the short end, as that pass is caught by Bubba Franks, and he has a first down to the Carolina 46-yard line.
You know, I think the Packers have him exactly where they wanted him. I mean, they started off the game running, and as you can tell by Mark Fields talking about, we got to stop him on Green. He's slippery. We have to do this. We have to do that. Then they start concentrating on the run. They start concentrating on him on Green, and then Brett Favre goes to work with him in the pass.
First and 10 now at the 46-yard line. Green has now rushed for 76 yards tonight. And to add to that total, with an 11, maybe 12-yard gain off a Nick Lucci block. And the Packers right now operating on all cylinders.
You know what they did? It's very interesting. They put Kevin Berry in here, see? So most of the time when they put him at tight end, this is a power side. They run to that side. So they invite the defense all over here, and then they go to the back side. See how the Panther defense is overloaded, and they come back and they get to the outside away from their power side.
Now Tony Fisher is the running back. He gets it. And he exploits room to the outside, and he gains 7. So they're just picking up yardage in chunks. Tackled by Mike Minter, and Mike Sherman has to be very happy with the way his club's operating. As we take a look at the Packers Star Trek, how they've done to this point in the game. Favre with 112 yards. Green now averaging 4 yards a carry, closing in on 100. And Driver's been their leading receiver with 3 catches.
See, they got that mixture going now, that mixture of run and pass, and the Panther defense, when they're not one-dimensional, they don't know what to zero in on.
Second down and 3. Fisher. You know, we were looking at Mike Sherman and talking to him yesterday, John, and isn't it interesting how this all worked out? Remember, Mike Holmgren's there, tremendous success, wins a Super Bowl, but wanted more power. Ron Wolf, of course, a tremendous executive, and Wolf wasn't going to give up the power, so Holmgren goes to Seattle. And then Sherman comes in, and then Wolf retires the next year, and now Mike Sherman might have the perfect situation in the NFL. Head coach, executive VP, general manager reports only to that man, Bob Harlan, who's been with that franchise for 3 decades.
And for all 10 purposes, he has no owner. Green Bay is the only team in the league without an owner.
Henderson. And that's a first down for the North Carolinian. Played his college ball at Chapel Hill. So when you think about all of the coaches, and a lot of them have autonomy. I mean, Mike Shanahan in Denver, but Pat Bowlen's still the guy. Mike Sherman may have the best deal of all.
Yeah, he does, and he has Brett Favre.
Yes, right.
Is that thing, you know, again, the play action pass where you play action 2 backs one way and bring either a tight end or in this case a fullback back to the other side.
From the 16, Green showing patience, waiting for the hole, able to pick up almost 5 to the 13-yard line.
Ed Rosley is the offensive coordinator and play caller for this Green Bay Packer team, and he's doing a great job of calling the plays. Tom Rosley, I mean, I said Ed, Tom Rosley, but because he has great mixture. I mean, he's mixing up the pass and the run, and as I said earlier, he really has this Panther defense off balance now.
Green Bay 31 runs and 17 passes to this point. And run number 32 is Green. First down, first and goal. Tackled at the 5-yard line. The Panthers just can't stop him.
Mark Fields kept saying that he's slippery. I don't know that he's as slippery as that he can get smaller. He gets down low. He gets behind his pads, and he makes great cuts. This is the thing. You have to get to the hole and through the hole quickly. Let it develop, and then make your cuts right there. You know, one of the reasons that they thought that he fumbled a lot, Amon Green I'm talking about, is he always holds, no matter whether he runs right or left, he always holds the ball in his left arm.
Tony Fisher is the back. Favre rolling, throws low, intended for Robert Ferguson. Second down and goal.
He got a little excited on that one and took a little off. They used to have a quarterback, Kenny Stabler, every time he would throw a low ball, he'd say low ball thrower, high ball drinker.
He would know.
I can't say that about Brett Favre, though. Maybe there was a time.
Second down and goal from the 5. Fisher to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, this is the thing that Mike Sherman was talking about last night is you hate to have your top running back have to rest when you get inside the red zone. So you try and get him rest along the way so that when you get down here, you can have him in the game. That time he had to run with Fisher, but now on this down coming up, he has Amon Green back in there on 3rd down. Green has now run for over 100 yards. He has 101 yards. Oh, there it is right there.
A little more than 2 minutes to play in the period, and the Packers are going to take a timeout. Timeout as they try to punch it in late in the 3rd.
ESPN joins the fans of the most beautiful game in the world. In Europe, skill, tactic, and precision. In the United States, force, courage, and speed. In Brazil, magic, passion, and talent. In the Netherlands, touch, power, and excitement. And if that's not enough, the World Cup qualifying matches crowns the trip around the 5 continents. Football around the world on ESPN, the world's greatest fan.
No equipment needed. Only your hands and your heart. And according to the outcome, you will live 3 minutes of hell or 3 minutes of glory. Friday Night Fights on ESPN.
Kick off each and every weekend with the new ESPN SoccerNet Press Pass. All the burning issues of the moment covered in full by our expert panel. More interviews.
Breaking news concerning Patrick Vieira.
More interaction.
Not a chance.
More controversy.
They're just talk.
The all-new ESPN SoccerNet Press Pass.
Don't you like football? You want to get away from football?
There's enough. Same show, only better. Fridays, only on ESPN.
Big-time season for Amon Green last year. carries, rushing yards, 1883. Jim Taylor had held that record for 41 years. Yards from scrimmage, 1,000-yard rushing games, 20 touchdowns, and tonight he has a 100-yard rushing game, and he has scored twice. And he's in there on 3rd down and goal after the Packers had taken a timeout. Green Bay has already used 2 timeouts in the 3rd period.
And you get the idea that the Panther defense is really loading up against Damon Green, but there's nothing they can do about it.
Packers lined up with a tight formation. Favre improvising, throws, and it is caught by Amon Green just before he steps on the chalk in the end zone. Buying time, and then finds him and hits Green for the touchdown, but there's a flag down in the corner.
Yeah, you could almost tell that that wasn't going to be a run to Amon Green.
Defense. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
That's Mark Fields holding, touchdown.
And I was just going to say that he lined up in a different position. He usually lines up right behind the quarterback in an I formation type of position. This time he was out there on the right-hand side as a running back, and he just got out quickly in the flat. Doesn't run much of a pattern, but when you have Brett Favre, anyone is open.
And then Minter got faked out too. Minter started to go toward the middle again. There's Fields in the picture as well, and Longwell with the extra point.
You see how strong Brett Favre's hands are, though. He was able to take that thing, pump it, and bring it back, and then throw it again.
Kick off each and every weekend with the new ESPN SoccerNet Press Pass. All the burning issues of the moment covered in full by our expert panel. More interviews.
Breaking news concerning Patrick Vieira.
More interaction.
Not a chance.
More controversy.
They're just talking.
The all-new ESPN SoccerNet Press Pass.
Don't you like football? You running it away from football?
Same show, only better. Fridays, only on ESPN. It's the second half of the season, and now is the time for the contenders to show their stuff. Don't miss all the exciting action of the Major League Baseball pennant races every week on ESPN. Great sports every day is ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. ESPN presents an encore of the finest UEFA games from last year with the best of the UEFA Champions League. Today, could they knock out mighty Manchester United? The Giant Killers Porto are on their way to glory. The best of the UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
Hey, what's up? It's Sal Masakela in Los Angeles at X Games 10. Behind me is the newest thing to hit the X Games, skateboarding big air. Don't miss it and watch X Games 10 on ESPN.
Join ESPN for another edition of Sports Center. We'll take you around the world of sports with an in-depth look at all of the news, scores, and highlights from around the world of sports. You can also log on to ESPN.com to check your local listings in your area.
Wasn't moving like that when we were coming here tonight, was it?
It was not.
Down to one lane. I thought we were going to be out there all night.
Unbelievable. 8-yard line, ball hauled in by Rod Smart. Smart to the 34-yard line. The ball is loose and recovered by Carolina. So it's David Martin who was able to swat it away, but Carolina, already having coughed the ball up twice in this period, retains possession. Last year, a star was born on opening day here in Charlotte. Rodney Peete had gotten the start. It was 17-0 Jacksonville. DeLome starts the second half. throws 3 touchdown passes. Of course, starts the rest of the season, goes all the way through the Super Bowl. And let's see if he has a little bit of magic in him tonight. He'll need some because it's a 17-point game and first down to the 33-yard line. Davis picks up 4. That was it. The only time the Panthers have come back from a deficit that large was on September 7th, down 17-0. Beat Jacksonville 24-23. Of course, a year later, it's Jacksonville with a little miracle of their own yesterday in Buffalo at the gun. 2 turnovers on 2 possessions, a fumble and a pick for Carolina in this period.
And that turned into 14 points for the Packers.
False start.
And I'm really impressed with what the Packer defense is doing. I mean, you know, we talk about
false start, 76 offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
we talk about the offense and how they were kind of keeping the Panther defense off balance. This defense really has this Panther offense off balance because they aren't exactly sure where to go. I mean, they're getting the blitz, they're getting the pressure, and they haven't figured out, and they haven't made the Packers pay for it.
Carolina led at one point, 7-3, but the Carolina drive was answered quickly by Favre and company, and now it's a 17-point cushion. Second down and 12. Wobbly pass might have been tipped, and it's incomplete. Pressure that time by KGB.
We were talking earlier about how John Fox was saying the areas of concern is the offensive line. He lost 3 starters off his offensive line from last year. But he has 2 very good players. I think we see one here, number 69, Jordan Gross, and his center, Jeff Mitchell, is a good player. So he says, he has that anchor. He has the center and the left tackle, and he kind of has to fill in around them with role players.
Third down and 12. And Delhomme is going to get sacked back at the 19-yard line, and that's Mark Roman, the safety, coming up from the outside.
They were in a 3-2 at that time with 6 defensive backs. You see, they just have 3 defensive linemen, but again, that doesn't mean that they're just bringing 3 guys. I mean, they're bringing a safety, they're bringing a linebacker, they're bringing 5 and 6 every time. And again, the Panthers haven't figured out these blitzes.
Roman, Cincinnati Bengal, his first full sack since the 2001 season. Sauerbrunn into kick as the period winds down. Sauerbrunn, multi-Pro Bowler. Antonio Chapman brings it back to the 48-yard line. 4 seconds remaining in the third period. Well, a little bit more that you might not have known about Brett Favre.
The one word that defines me is winner. My one-word philosophy is simple, but yet stupid. I would never eat anything that's too healthy.